Lesson 12, is there? There is. Okay, there are lots more language transfer rules to come, so that you can flip even more words into Polish. But you've got quite a number of rules now to be practicing with, and of course getting your head around this whole grammar about how normalne changes, how normalna, normalne, and remembering it and spotting it. So what we're going to do now in the course is we're going to take a look at some of the other really common stuff that you will need to know. For example, in terms of getting around. Getting around is the most important one because that's the time you're very likely to meet people that don't speak English. Whereas I kind of find these courses that start teaching you everything about how to order in a restaurant, and you need to learn all the Polish dishes and then how to order them and how to ask for the bill. Well, most restaurants, because they are focused on customers, and especially in the major cities, someone there will speak some level of English. Okay, so that's not kind of the most urgent, pressing thing. Neither is it urgent or pressing to learn the boy drinks milk and all those kind of textbook sentences. So we're starting with how to get around. Now, where is obviously the one you want to be using, but there's also a shortcut one which we can use with a word that we already know. And this word is jest. We've seen it before. We tried to get rid of it last time, but it's come back. And this can mean, as well as meaning is, it can mean is there and there is, just depending how you say it. So you can say jest, okay, yeah, jest, is there, and jest, there is, yeah, jest, there is. So great, no new words to learn, only to learn that our good friend jest is also going to cover us in other situations except for is. Right, let's find something that we might need to get ourselves hold of, a cash machine. So this is a fairly easy one to remember. Obviously you've got bank, we talked about bank before, and then you've got OMAT. I tend to remember this as automatic bank, so it's bank automatic, and I just get a bit of the OMAT in there. But you will see these obviously on the streets everywhere, and they will have big letter words on them that say bankomat. So as soon as you're in the country, or if you're in the country now, you're going to see these everywhere, and you're very quickly going to remember that word. So let's use our really simple way of asking by just saying, is there a cash machine?
Jest bankomat? Jest bankomat?
Alright, and 99.9% of times this will get you directions. Obviously, if somebody came up to you on the street wherever you lived and asked, is there a cash machine? You wouldn't just say, yeah, there is, and walk off. You would know that they were looking for a cash machine. Exactly the same in Polish. So we're going to use this as a simple method before we learn the actual more posh where is. Alright, so let's try something else that we want to know if it exists. Wi-Fi. Now again, do we just need to move this into Polish? So we've got a W, which gives us our W sound, and our I's like in ski.
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Alright, so let's try some practice sentences. Let's ask, is there Wi-Fi? Is there Wi-Fi?
Jest Wi-Fi? Jest Wi-Fi?
Is there a supermarket? Is there a supermarket?
Jest supermarket? Jest supermarket?
So someone's given us directions to the supermarket, we've got inside, we want to know where the good coffee is. So is there good coffee? Is there good coffee?
Jest dobra kawa? Jest dobra kawa?
Now, of course, we might want to use is there to actually find out if something actually exists. or not. So for example, you might be in a supermarket and you might want to find out if there is organic wine. Do they have organic wine? So we can ask, is there, instead of learning, which we will do soon, but instead of learning, do you have organic wine, we ask, is there organic wine? That's our shortcut to make it easier for us to communicate at this early stage in the game. Okay, now of course we need to have a think about this. You might want to do paper and pen, okay, first time through. So I think we pretty much know wine, I hope. We've talked about it an awful lot. Okay, and is there is simply our yes. And we need to think about this organic word, which is an ick ending word. So we take off the ick to give us our root. And this is a nice soft sounding bit here, so we know that we need to ichna. We need to ichna it. Okay, so here is how you would say, is there organic wine?
Jest organiczne wino? Jest organiczne wino?
Alright, now let's just reaffirm those things so we know what to listen to. Perhaps you're in a coffee shop and you're using Wi-Fi and a Polish person comes up to you and asks if there is Wi-Fi. So let's tell them that there is Wi-Fi.
Jest Wi-Fi. Jest Wi-Fi.
And let's tell them that there is a supermarket in this town, because someone on the street has just asked us, and we can say yes and we can point, even if we can't say much more. There is a supermarket. There is a supermarket.
Jest supermarket. Jest supermarket.
And someone's worried about a cafe you've recommended, and they've asked if there's good coffee there because they don't want to go if there's not good coffee. So tell them there is good coffee. There is good coffee.
Jest dobra kawa. Jest dobra kawa.
So there we have it. So we have is there is yes, and there is also yes. So we've actually got ourselves two phrases, two extra phrases, using a Polish word that we already know. And like I often say at the end of these lessons, a good time now to try thinking out your own longer sentences or even questions with paper and pen. So for example, is there a good museum? Is there a normal bank? Perhaps you've just been into a bank that's a bit crazy. Or perhaps it's just philosophically talking that all banks seem crazy, and is there a normal one? Is there normal food? You know, you don't want this posh stuff, or you don't want this vegan stuff, and you're looking for normal food. Is there a romantic bistro that you can take your partner to? Yeah, is there a romantic bistro? So think about those, all the different vocabulary that you already have. Go back and look through some and start constructing your own longer questions about is there.